lights down, man. Turn the lights down. Y'all shining too much.
Nah, fam, we only getting started. Yeah, I got the light. He got the light. We got the light. What you know about it? So much light. More light than a spike in your power bill. Or a match when it strike, we devour ill. They don't know how to feel. Their minds crippled, mental gangbangers. Never saw losers, but we game changers. Rearrange strangers with the Rickens. Next mission, bring the light to your home, electrician. I've been grinding since the basement. If you know, you know, man, you not adjacent. I'm in a league of my own. My soul speaking through poems. Both your speakers are blown for my songs. Let's get it on. I'm ready for the challenge. The dichotomy of dark and light is all about balance. Life's never perfect. Beauty runs deeper than the surface. Album on sale, but the soul not for purchase. Birth this ill style with mild symptoms against them ecstatic. I'm a shock to the system. Warrior. Battle scarred, yet these bars hard. Thus became an author, not the aardvark. I say, this the hard part. Restarted the lost art. Can make a smash from the mouth. I'm an all-star. Like this, light switch. Life is priceless. Like this, light switch. Life is priceless. Hit the light switch if you need a light switch. Like this, right quick for the night shift. I got the light, he got the light, we got the light switch. Sacrifice a ticket to the afterlife. My mission isn't done on earth. Alert the jerseys versus fuel my appetite. I have the right insight. World needs the facts of life. Healthy as an apple slice. This what real rappers like. International. Took a vacation. Still working on my sabbatical. Casual but tactical.
Listen up, please.
I'm more than a chess piece. Pawn starving a bargain for scraps while the rest eat. Left me to fend for myself and I conquered where the wild things are with the monsters. As the earth keeps turning, lies keep turning. My eyes see burning. Fire desire with quiet, I'm blessed as 3 sermons. Speaking that breeze, the feet burning. Billie Jean, you can see the light. Every step that I take, walk with a glow kept to my fate. Like this, light switch. Like this, priceless. Like this, light switch. Like this, priceless. Hit the light switch if you need a light switch. Like this, right quick for the night shift. I got the light, I got the light, we got the light switch. Shine on, young king, with the gleam of a colorful dreamer. Clean by the redeemer, queens of radiant demeanor. Beams of light, I know you've seen us. Shine bright through the zeitgeist. Banking on jewels, hit a nice heist. Drop a few gems, then ignite mics. Land of the free, but it comes with a slight price. You are not nice. Rappers want to battle, not a sweat. Quiet is kept like Naruto's wife. He not a threat, young vet in the place. Masses, brains all trash. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Darkness embraced like a plague. But our light never would be dim. Better grab a pair of shades. But shine all in your face. I got the light, he got the light switch. Navo, we can't stop shining, fam. It's what we do. Paint the sky blue. Feeling a little static shock out here. What? They talk about
Welcome to the Spectra Ocean Dream Circuit. Racers, start your engines.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the ERS Racing League. My name is Pixel Thomas and once again we are back here today on Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here at in Tier 7. There we go, it's all visible. Goody gumdrops. So yeah, all by my lonesome once again today because Jared is over there in the pit box. Still setting up his car because he is competing today like usual in the Tier 7. I'm looking forward to it. It has been a great day personally for me so far. I hope everybody else had a great day as well. Get some popcorn ready, get some drinks ready. This is definitely a track where a lot of things can happen. And it is Lindsay who is out first on track. I hope the audio and quality is good. I've changed, like usual, a few things and bits around. And we already have Jordy disqualified. What caused that? What? Okay, that is a real quick one for Jordy. Don't know what caused that. Maybe a little bit of contact at the back, or he forgot to hold the throttle down when he was exiting the pits. That was really odd. But that is, I think, the fastest disqualifications we've ever had on the league, and it is from the CEO himself. Crazy. Well, at least it is the qualifying and not the official race. That is far from ideal. But everybody is heating up their tires right now, so we will probably start seeing the times roll in soon. Any second now, and here comes Lindsay, who will be the first one to start this timed lap for today. So let's go on board with him through the entirety, unless he gets disqualified, of course. Yeah, without Jared, it is going to be a bit more calm, a bit more silent. I'm just going to let the driving do all the talking for the most part, except for the official race, of course. Looking good so far. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. Go through the last few corners we go. This is where Latifi changed history in 2021. And here we go through the last corner. And what will it be for Lindsay? Our first time that is set. And it is a 1:23.24. Then we have Crits, who instantly comes back with a 0.6 behind. Who got his lap disqualified. We will start seeing a lot of times come in, such as Thomas right here with 1:25.2. We have a few fast people on the grid today as well. However, Lumbergumber said that he sucked at this track, so I'm interested to see how he will compare to the rest on a track that he himself says that he isn't good at. And Janish snatching P1 away from Markov with almost 23 flat. Close enough though. Here comes LT Boss with a 1:39.8. Markov got pushed down to P3 with Dave, who just barely got ahead with 0.02 of a second difference. See what Cash is able to do. Coming through. Woo! P5 with the 1:23.2. These times are so close together. This is insane. Only 7 thousandths of a second difference between him and Lindsay. I can already tell that this will become like a real good race. I'm looking forward to it. Jurgen with the fastest second sector. Pretty clean. Don't mind all the yellows that we get. And here we suddenly have... Stop getting disqualified. Okay. Not what I expected. Let's see what Reigns is able to do. Oh, and there goes his lap. We could clearly see that he went over the track limits. So that is a bummer. And Vicky is gunning it down the straight. This straight is so long. And then they added like a little chicane to make it like different than China, whose straight was so long as well. I think it was like a 12-second long straight in China. I counted it. It was so insane. Here we go. Here we will be coming through the last few corners. The thinnest part of the entire track, the track where overtaking is the hardest. We're here. And then here we will go. What will Bicky be able to do? Almost losing it through the last two corners. And that cost him a good shot at podium. However, he still got a 124.3. AIE is also close, and I see the Lumbergummer just at the fastest second sector in typical Lumbergummer fashion. However, he is yet to set a time, so we don't know how he compares to the rest of the field. We'll be coming to the last corner. For some reason, I do get particles that the rain is falling. However, I don't see the rain. And Lumber comes in half a second faster than Janice. On a track that he said wasn't his, he is still pretty goddamn fast. Let's go on board with his teammate, Jarrett, who is one of the last people to set a time lap. Normally he is the first one, but now he's one of the last. Johan is also in his outlap and thinks is still in the pits. We have just short of 10 minutes to go in this qualifying, so a lot of times we'll still roll in. A lot of people will swap positions, so let's sit on I guess on the tip of our seat. How do you call it? Yeah, I hope everybody got themselves some snacks, some drinks. I sure did. My snacks just fell over sadly, so I have to clean it up in a bit. Let's hope Jarrett's setup is proper, because I heard that he didn't set one prior, so he just quickly tried to fix some stuff. And there he goes into the wall. Front wing damage. Not ideal. Oh well. Reigns, however, instantly flew past Jarrett and is now going to set a new timed lap way faster than his previous. And it is currently P9 for him with a 24.228. Oh, Jordy doing some promo on TikTok while he is disqualified. But yes, indeed. Summer League, where we will be racing in the new game F125. So definitely look forward to that. Or was it? Who was it then? Who was using the account? Anyways, Jeroen is coming through the last few corners. Well, we hopefully won't seem sliding out like Jared did. He gets through. What will it be for Jeroen? It will probably be 124. Indeed, a 124.4. Just behind Thomas in P11. And pretty far ahead of LT Boss, who is in P13. Vince is also on his time lap. And there goes his time lap, I guess. I kind of missed it because I was checking some stuff, but he will have to go for another lap, and he instantly goes for it, I think. His battery is almost dead, but he is still going for it. Ballsy move. Real ballsy move. See, I think Matt is ahead already, and he is a 10th up on his personal best so far. I don't think it will be enough to win a position, but he is definitely improving his previous time. Here we go through the last corner. Almost loses it, causing him to lose many positions compared to what he could have. That is a 123.5. See what Jochen is able to do. He goes straight into the pits. Never mind. I guess we will be going on board with LT Boss, who is improving himself so far by half a second. Looking pretty good for him so far. He is really improving himself. And here we will be going through the last corner. And I think this will get a 123. Indeed, a 123.9. Barely in the 123s, but it will land in P10 instead of P14. Let's see, Vince is going into the pits, and Jared is on track again. Let's see how he is doing. So far, he doesn't have a time set yet which we can compare to, but I hope he changed a few things around with this setup. And Metis this time got disqualified for the exact same reason Jordy did, blocking the pit lane. I don't know what it is with like how the game registers it, but there might be a few issues, and Jared almost spins in the exact same spot. However, he is still going for it. And it will land him a 125, I'm guessing. Indeed, a 125.3. And Reigns has officially retired. Our first retiree of the qualifying. Well, we have, I think, 4 more minutes to go. Something like that. Yes, indeed, 4 minutes to go. I can't say that out loud, what you're saying in the chat. But agreed. Here we go. Bicky is really pushing himself. 123, I'm guessing. Oh, 124. Still an improvement by 2 tenths. Barely outside the 123s. Let's see what other people will be doing on the track. Lumbergummer is currently on a lap. Never mind, 5 seconds slower. I think he's at 1, and he's just going back into the pits. As we have him indeed improving his previous time with a 122.3. As we have AIE who got another sub 23. However, Lindsay now on his out lap is barely outside of it. Will he have the chance to go for it? He is eating up his tires as we will have about 2.5 minutes left. Will all the people still have a good shot? Then they have to go on time. And what is LT Boss doing? He is stuck. Ulti Boss is stuck on track in qualifying. I do not know how he managed it, but he managed it. And he's free. I'm so confused, and he got disqualified for that. Dude, what is this game, bro? I don't know. I don't know how EA is fucking shit up like this. Oh well. Is Thomas as well? What is happening to Thomas? What is this game? I'm giving up. EA, bro. EA. There, he still is there lagging. What is causing that? I'm so confused. Markov will have to go out of the way of his teammate, indeed, like he does there. Yeah, this is indeed going to become a shitty race, Jared. It is. Oh, and he gets overtaken? Markov just cuts back across. Give him a toe, I think. And nicely going out of the way again. Good stuff. Great teamwork from the two of us. No, Jared. Who are the viewers of you drivers? I do not know on TikTok who the other one is. But here comes Lindsay through the last corner. It will be a 122. And it is a 122.7. Good stuff. Snatching P2 with that. Great stuff as we have 15 seconds to go into qualifying. These will be the last times that are rolling in. Chris gets a 122.9. AIE is now still behind. He is definitely improving himself, I think. Snatching P2 away from Lindsay. With Lindsay now in P3, Chris in P4. Let's see, Janice is still on a time lap. He is improving himself enough to find himself in the 122s as well. As he is going through the last sector. Through the last corners, will he be able to find himself starting in the top 3? I think he has a good shot at it, though. And he does not, just barely doesn't get P5. And that is still Thomas in the same spot. I'm so confused. Oh well, let's wait for all the final people to go into the pits, and hopefully Thomas can fix his car, I guess. Here we go. Jeroen is in the pits. We have Chris, who is about to go into the pits as well, and he will be the last person we will be waiting on, since it takes a while for the qualifying to end. But this was a very, very interesting race, or qualifying, with all the stuff that randomly happened, with all the disqualifications for no reason, with Thomas, who is still stuck. I don't know. I don't know. Just wait. Give Chris a moment. You can see that he is swapping from neutral to first, like, every time. And there he goes. I've never seen that happen. Never. Anyways, here are the starting positions for the official race. Lumber Gumber on P1. about 3 tenths ahead of AIE and P2. Then we have Lency close off the top 3. Then we have Dave and Chris who close off the top 5. Janice, Markov, Kasia, Jeroen, and Vicky in the top 10. Then we have Reigns, Thomas, Jared, and then I guess we have Vince without a set time. Then we have all the other 3 that got disqualified. Weird stuff, man. I do not get it. This server, or this track, I guess, is having a lot of issues. I hope the race will have less issues than the qualifying that we've had. Like usual, it is a short race, which is basically half an official race. So we have 1 mandatory pit stop, and for the rest, it is all the good racing fun, and less of the time. Now, if you ever feel like participating in these races, you can join our Discord, which you can find on all of our socials or ersracingleague.com. There you can join the Discord, you can apply to join this league, then you can basically join almost every race these days as a reserve. If you ever feel like commentating on these races, you can also just join the Discord, say that you want to commentate, and I will gladly help you further. But yeah, we are waiting. There we go. All the cars have lined up on the grid as we will start with our formation lap. This will be my usual talk where I hope for a clean formation lap and a clean first lap. After that, I don't care what happens. All hell can break loose. So far, I think... Let's have a look. Let's have a look. He is driving. Thomas got his car unstuck. And now he is driving. And he is almost overtaking Reigns. That's a lot of wiggling that we can see on the straight. As we can see a gap starting to appear between P9 and P10. And it is Thomas overtaking Reigns, I think. He says, nope, don't want to stay all the way behind. I'm going to creep forward. As long as nobody hits each other, I think they are all fine. Alright, all the cars are starting to line up on the grid as we have the second half of the field slowly coming down the last corner. So far, I think this is one of the only real formation laps that we haven't seen any disqualifications for bumping into each other. So that is really, really interesting. One of our very first, and it will hopefully mount for a good race, which will start any second now. All the cars have lined up on the grid. All the lights are turning on. Any second now. And it's lights out and away we go here in Abu Dhabi at ERS Racing League. All the cars so far are still flying down. We have a few people like Janice losing a lot of positions. Slight contact. Janice going wide, I think. As we have Jared, who is losing a lot of positions. Vicky has spun officially as the first person way, way, way behind. And it is Jordi who instantly gained a position with that through the, I guess, fourth corner this is. As we have Chris getting real close to overtaking Dave. Doesn't really make it work just yet right here. But he will have to watch out because Markov is looking to snatch that position away. Oh, there we have Chris around the outside. Doesn't really have the space. We'll have to go wide. Around the inside right here. Slight contact between him and Markov. Markov wins position and Chris loses 2 positions because of that maneuver. And it is Jared who has spun out and is now all the way in the back, while Reigns is losing a lot of positions. And there comes Mattis, who is still looking. This will be a rough spot to try and go for the overtake, but we might see some overtakes happen here. I doubt it, though. They will probably happen on the finish straight. As we have Vince, I think, who is also in the wall, spawned on the exact same spot where Jared spawned during the qualifying, as Jared finds himself winning back one position that he lost. AIE, by the way, has overtaken Lumbergumber in P1, which I did not expect. Lumbergumber is now looking to snatch that position back. We have 27 more laps to go, so there is plenty of opportunity to do so. Doesn't happen yet, though. But we still have a second straight that is coming up soon. Vince has gone into the pits repairing his front wing, as Jared is slowly but surely trying to fight his way back to the rest of the grid. Or the rest of the field, I should say. And there comes Lumbergumber. We went pretty aggressive now around the outside of AIE. I do think he has the correct exit speed to make it work, and he does. And he's basically safe until the next straight right here, because overtaking here is basically just suicide that you're setting yourself up to. But Lindsay is looking. Lindsay was really saying that he needed a good lap, a good race right here. It seems like Thomas has lost control, and he did. Spun out, and here we can see Lindsay looking for an opportunity to overtake AIE, getting real close. Doesn't make it work yet. Vicky overtaking Jordy or Mattis in the background. Mattis losing 2 positions. As we have Reigns, who I think spun out as well. Indeed, Reigns has spun out as well. Let's see if Jared is able to capitalize on that mistake. I don't think so. Reigns is back on the track. Does he have front wing damage? It does seem so. As we have our first, I guess, leaver of the session. It is Thomas, who was stuck bouncing forward and back during qualifying. I think Thomas might have some connectivity issues, I'm afraid. Apologize. Here comes AIE overtaking Lumbergumber around the inside. Lumbergumber's trying to stick around the outside. Doesn't make it work. No, he does not. And AIE is basically safe through this entire section since it's so small, so narrow. But you can see that he is looking. Lumbergumber has the pace needed to go for the overtake. Will he get the chance to through this sector? He does have a better corner. He does have the better exit speed. I don't think he is able to make it work through here. It will have to happen through the next part. He's getting closer, creeping closer and closer. It won't happen here, but it will probably happen through the next straight, which is coming up right here. Already looking right the inside. Slight contact between him and the back left tire of AIE, causing Lumbergumber to lose a little bit more speed. He does have the DRS. And here comes Lumbergumber, trying to go around the outside. Lindsay is also trying to join the fun. Around the outside, will Lumbergumber be able to do it? Make it work? He does shove it in front of AIE through the chicane. Lumbergumber gets the position. However, he doesn't have DRS now. Lumbergumber will fall for not 1, but 2 positions as Lindsay places his car right beside his around the inside. Lumbergumber will lose 2 positions with that weird overtake through the chicane. Real close train through this entire sector, and sadly this helicopter camera is bugging just like in Brazil. But look at this beautiful train, all within attacking distance still, all the way from P1 to P8. Okay, here comes Lindsay. Is AIE safe? I don't think so. Lindsay will try and go around the outside. He did have the speed to place himself in front of AIE. Will he be able to stay there though? They will both now have DRS. However, I saw AIE almost lose control. He will have to close quite the gap now that Lindsay is leading the race here in Abu Dhabi. Matt is with the 3-second penalty, as he has officially retired. Our first retiree of the race. As it's a yellow, I think he retired on the track, I'm not sure. His car disappeared, luckily, so it won't see any dangerous stuff happening because of it. And I see that Chris has slowly lost a tiny bit of a gap compared to Janice in P7. So I don't think Chris will stay in the DRS train that is happening all the way from P1. However, speaking of Janice, he is going for the overtake around the inside of Kesha. And he does make work. Kesha is looking to snatch it back. Doesn't do it just yet, though. Slight contact between the two. Kesha is willing to go. He is jumping to win back that position. Trying to show off who has more speed. And he kind of made that mistake through the chicane where he lost the time that he needed. Lumbergumber around the outside. Lindsay is sticking there, though. Closing off the racing line for Lumbergumber. There comes Dave, who is also really looking to get that P3. Doesn't make it work through this section though. It will be hard to do it right here. So we will have to wait to the straight, I guess, till we see something happen there. Seems like Vince is spinning out again. Yes, indeed. On basically a straight, he spun out. So we might see our first lapped traffic. But I don't know what is happening with Vince. It seems like he is really struggling to keep control of that car. Rain's overtaking Chris. As we might see an overtake happen here from Lumbergumber to Lindsay. DRS is open for the both of them. Dave around the inside. Same for Markov. Will Dave stick there? Will Markov stick there? They're both sticking there. It seems like Dave got away with the overtake. But here we have Markov, who is just going off track around the inside to get ahead of Lumbergumber. Dave instantly snatched away the position from Lindsay. Dave now currently leading the race through 2 corners. What great masterclass from Dave. But for how long will Dave be able to stay there? Vicky with a 3-second penalty. I think we might see something happen right here. Already forcing himself around the outside. Janice looking to overtake Markov. Doesn't do it yet. Doesn't bump the inside. Here we will have a DRS zone coming up. The gap is starting to appear, except for AIE, who is climbing closer and closer back to Dave. Got him in P1 through the last lap through this sector that is coming up. Dave doesn't have DRS. AIE does. And AIE snatches back that race lead. But for how long will he keep it? Dave is already looking. Dave is already trying to pry for that opportunity to surpass him, looking for a mistake of AIE. Lumbergumber, who started on pole, finds himself now in P4. What type of magic will he do to get ahead of his opponents? Great battles going on between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Love to see it. And here comes Janice around the inside. No, he does not. He plays it safe. As AIE and Dave are still battling it out. Dave around the inside, now around the outside. AIE is closing off the racing line for him. Dave will have to look for another opportunity. He has the DRS. He is going around the inside. Lindsay is also looking for that position. Doesn't make it work through here. Dave, however, will not have DRS through the sector. And he does not. No, we don't. I think we might have our first lap traffic happen any second now, as Vince is struggling to stay ahead of these insanely fast people. Going out of the way for all the other drivers to pass. Oh, Jordy getting a penalty while going into the pits. We will probably see an overtake happening right here between Janice and Markov. The DRS has just started, and they are already side by side. Markov finds a sudden speed boost, managing to stay ahead so far. Will Janice stay there? No, he won't. While we have Lumbergumber and Lindsay battling it out. Light contact between Janice and Markov. Markov managing to stay ahead once again. This is a great battle that we have going on at the start. We have 19 laps to go, getting close to halfway. Slight jittering because of connectivity issues, doesn't really matter. No cars are colliding because of it. As we might have an overtake happening once again between Janice and Markov. Those two have been battling the entire time. Janice is really looking. We'll probably see it through the next sector. Lindsay almost loses it. I think, no, it was AIE who almost lost it. Now losing that position to Lindsay and Lumbergumber on both sides. As AIE drops down to P4, as we have a lot of penalties being dealt out in the back of the field. Lumbergumber finds himself one position closer than his starting position as he started on pole. He is now still struggling P3. Biggie has DNF'd, has retired officially from the race, I think. So this is 2 people less as Lumbergumber is actually looking for the opportunity through one of the hardest sectors to go for an overtake since it's so narrow. Dave has cleared himself from all the heat from behind as Lindsay is now focusing on the defense game. Lindsay going into the pits, playing it safe, as it is now up to Lumbergumber to win some time. Lumbergumber almost loses it. Loses a little bit of time. Does he have the speed to close the gap as AIE is coming closer? Same for Jeniz. Both Williams, P3 and P4. These two have been real close for each other for quite a while, with Markov also looking to snatch that position away from Jeniz. Because Jeniz just got past him after all this time. Jeniz got past Markov in lap 12 as it is AIE overtaking Lumbergumber, closing off the racing line. Pretty annoying for both Lumbergumber and Jeniz. Jeniz losing a lot of speed, allowing Markov to creep closer, which he was just so happy to have gotten away from. Ooh, fake pit stop from Dave, as it is Markov who did go into the pits, and Dave staying out even though he made it look like he was about to go in. Will we see the undercut starting to appear? That might be the case. I think all the people in front are on... Never mind. It is just Dave and Hards, and AIE and Lumbergumber on the mediums. Those mediums will start to deteriorate soon, as we have all the people in the back on way fresher tires. Let's see all the lost in one positions. There you go, and it is Jordy who has capitalized on the most. It is, I think, Thomas who retired. Did he retire in the pits? I think he did not. No. He retired on the track, which is not allowed. I don't think he crashed. So I'm interested to see what happens. But he is already despawned, so I think he just retired on the track. He should probably get a penalty for that, but I'm not sure. Markov with a 3-second penalty. Let's have a look at all the penalties. We have 3 seconds for Lenzi and Markov, and same for Keshin. And we have 3 seconds for Reigns and Jordy, and 6 seconds for LT Boss. Not that bad from what we've experienced before with all the penalties. Here we go. That is AIE going into the pits, leaving just Dave and Jeniz in no man's land. Try and win some time, I guess. Both the medium tire users have pitted already, so we will probably soon see the top two going into the pits. But for how long will they remain out on track? This is the perfect time to start seeing some battles between the slower and faster people. Of the people that have pitted just now, it is Lumbergumber who is about to, who has exited the pit successfully, as Vince has finally caught up to where Thomas has retired. As we have a battle, Kersha and AIE. These two already had a battle before, and it is Kersha managing to stay close through the use of DRS. It won't be enough to win a position, but definitely to close the gap. Way too aggressive line from Kersha, bumping into the back of AIE. But I think we might see an overtake happening right here. Kersha has the ERS. AIE does not. AIE is using his ERS though, managing to stay ahead. It's a pretty close battle. For how long will they be able to maintain this until Lumbergumber joins the pack? Lumbergumber now 3.3 seconds away, and he has been gaining pretty quick from the moment he exited pit. His tires are only heating up though, so he will definitely catch up and zoom by at any moment basically. Chris getting a 3-second penalty once again, I think. As we have our 4th retiree. Leaving 14 drivers on the grid, I think. 13 drivers. 13 drivers on the grid. But unlike Thomas, Chris did retire in the pits, which is our ruling states the way to go. And AIE just... the way the camera worked, he just disappeared. I think he just went straight into a wall. That might be a safety car. I don't know what happened there. No, he just disappears. What? Huh? Okay, he just had that ninja vanish smoke bomb or something and just disappeared. I have never seen that happen before. That was so weirdly timed with the angle. I guess we have 12 drivers on the grid right now. As I think it is Jared who is about to be gapped by... who is that? Or is that Vince? That is Vince slowly catching up to Jared. So we might have a battle on our hands right here for P11. Almost in the points. But Vince keeps turning into what it seems ghost form, I think, because of the people behind, the faster people, the people that are placing this driver on a lap is basically... Oh no, wait, never mind. Never mind. It is Vince who is creeping closer. However, he is a lap behind Jared as well. LT Boss getting another penalty. This time a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. What is he on right now? Currently he is on 16 seconds. That is not ideal. You will have to watch out. Otherwise, Jared will be able to overtake him through the use of just, I guess, the penalties. Lumbergumber setting the fastest lap. And that is LT Boss into the wall. That is definitely front wing damage. As he slid out, hitting the wall with his front wing. No major front wing damage, but I do think he is missing that side skirt. Hitting another wall. Yes, indeed, he doesn't have the downforce to get that turn radius, I guess, that he needs for that corner. Into the pits he goes, and I think that will be Jared on P10. Indeed, it is our 6th retiree, LT Boss. Retired into the pits after that collision. And I guess this is... oh, you got disconnected. No, yeah, it looked really weird, AIE. It really looked weird. But, it seemed like you just ninja vanished through that sector. It was really, really odd. Anyways, we have Janice and Dave finally pitting with Lenzi leading the race together with Markov. Both V-Carbs leading the race here in Abu Dhabi. With Lenzi with a 3-second gap ahead of Markov. But for how long will he stay there? As Kesha and Lumbergumber are slowly closing the gap. We have 11 laps to go. Yes, it's EA after all. I really, really hope they fixed everything, or most of the issues in F125, but I doubt it, since it's EA after all. Dave getting real close. Lumbergumber came from afar, placing himself in front of Lumbergumber. Now finding himself in P4, Dave. But will he manage to stay there as we go through this other sector? Where the other two cars now have DRS. Janice is losing or winning a lot on Lumbergumber, placing himself right beside him. Still side by side. It seems like Lumbergumber had the better exit, managing to stay ahead for now. Here we go. We might see something happen. Dave is slowly peeling away from the battle behind him. Or it is Kesha. Let me see. I think it's Kesha who is just barely outside of all the fire stuff happening behind him. As Janice comes closer to Lumbergumber, we might see an overtake happen here down to DRS. So far, they have made quite a gap fall between all of them, which they have to close up first through this DRS zone. We might see something happen through the next one. As it is Lumbergumber who might have a good shot. This DRS zone is a bit too short to make it work from that distance. Dave is really making quite a gap fall between him and Lumbergumber, making it hard for Lumbergumber to win. Maybe Lumbergumber isn't pushing hard enough to win another position, because he knows that in the end he is gaining on cash as well. But this is a great battle going on here. Janice, however, got very close now to the back of Lumbergumber, as Lumbergumber is letting quite a gap fall between him and Dave. He will have to watch out, otherwise Janice will just come and fly by. Oh, this is starting to get close. We might see something happen here at the DRS straight. We have 9 laps to go. Janice just sat the fastest first sector. Quite the gap has appeared through the last sector. He didn't really have a good exit. Dave, however, has caught up with his teammate Kesha, finding himself on podium right now. But Dave, with the penalties in theory, is already on the podium. But he is now solidifying himself as in the position on podium. P3 is within reach for Dave. Let's see what all the people in front have as a penalty. All of them have 3 seconds. And there goes Kesha, basically giving that position away, but Lumbergumber instantly capitalizing on that as well. Jen is now finding himself behind Kesha. Not where he wants to be, because Kesha probably doesn't really have the pace that Janice wants to stay within attacking range of Dave and Lumbergumber. Lumbergumber now winning quite some time to Dave. Now letting it fall though. Let's see if he is able to stay close through the DRS zone that is coming up. Kesha is actually looking to get past Lumbergumber now. But with the line that Kesha took, Janice really had to make a very awkward, I guess, dodge away from him. As there comes Kesha around the outside of Lumbergumber. Out of the blue, out of nowhere, still intertwining his car with Lumbergumber, forcing Lumbergumber off the track. Lumbergumber doesn't really have the good speed that he needs, because now he has someone and right behind as well. Still Kesha side by side with Lumbergumber. Lumbergumber has the inside. Kesha will be forced to go around the outside. Still slight contact between them. It seems like Kesha has the better exit, but Janice is really looking to win another position, almost making Lumbergumber spin by touching the back of his car. Doesn't make it happen here. This is a great three-way battle that we are seeing right here, folks. P4 Kesha, P5 Lumbergumber, and P6 Janice. Kesha is really trying to protect his teammate Dave, as Dave is working his way forward. Will he be able to win 6 seconds compared to Markov? who is currently in P2 while we have 7 laps to go. Here comes Janice around the outside of Lumbergumber. Does he have the speed to make it work? Lumbergumber is sticking around the inside, and Janice, unlike Kesha, is giving Lumbergumber the right amount of space to try and go for the maneuver. That is what we call clean racing from Janice. Kesha really is lacking the speed. Lumbergumber now around the outside. Let's see if Lumbergumber is able to stay there. Kesha is not bombing it this time around the inside. Markov with another 3-second penalty. That should end him on 6 seconds penalty. Indeed. Now is to watch out because Dave is already now in P2 and he's already actively winning. Markov really made a mistake. Now almost giving him, I guess, the struggle of even ending on the podium while he is driving in P2. Both V-Carbs would have had podium, but now it is Markov who fucked it up. He will have to watch out that Janice won't win any more time. Otherwise, he will find himself within the 6-second penalty that Markov has been given with all the track limits. Janice and Lumbergumber getting close to Dave again, where Dave first had that time to get away. He now finds himself once again under, I guess, under fire of the attacks of Janice and Lumbergumber from behind. Kesha is basically almost already outside of the picture now, while he is actively trying to stay within the second. You can see all these different approaches for the same corner. Really, really interesting. Lumbergumber sticking close to Janice. Will we see an overtake coming soon down this DRS straight that is coming up any second now? With 5 more laps to go. Is it possible to win 5 seconds for Dave within 5 laps? I doubt it. I doubt it. But Janice got real close to the back of Dave. Has about equal exit. Lumbergumber had a bit of a worse exit compared to Janice, who is ahead. Janice finding himself from afar with DRS. Snatches P3 away from Dave. As Lumbergumber tried to bomb it around the inside. Brakes almost locking up. Now it is Lumbergumber under fire of Kesha, who managed to find some speed out of nowhere, who is now within attacking range. Dave also looking to snatch that position back from Janice. Doesn't make it work though through this DRS zone. As we will be coming up to our 4th last lap. Oh my, they're all getting so close to each other. This has been a battle that is going on for almost the entirety of the race. Pit stops kind of threw things around, but did my game crash? What is happening? My game has crashed. Are you kidding me? Give me a moment as I try to rejoin. This is not what I had planned. To the slightest. What is happening with EA today? I don't know what they did. This is the worst time for all the people to join right now. Give me a second. I am trying to fix this as soon as possible. I can't promise that we will get it working, but yeah. Jared gladly gave me an invite already as the game is booting up. Just give me a moment. Give it a moment. Just... Oh, this is gonna take so long. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, at least we will be joining at the very end where all the battles will be happening. Just give it a moment. As I am trying to rejoin the session as soon as possible. Alright, there we go. And we are back joining the session. Just, give it a moment. It should load. There we go. Any second now. Just give it a moment. There we go. We are back. Where we have all the battles still ongoing. Kesha has overtaken Lumbergumber. What a time to join back as we have these cars side by side. And it seems like it is going the way of Lumbergumber. He will have the inside. He had that little bit more advantage when it came to getting ahead of Kesha. Kesha now once again back behind Lumbergumber. As Lumbergumber is now trying to get away from Kesha, who is even still battling with them, even though he is behind. Even though he has the penalty, even though he's out of the picture at all for all these cars, all these positions, he is still battling. Lumbergumber doesn't want any of it. He needs to get away now. As he is still looking to get past Janice, Dave is somehow managing to stay ahead. He has lost 3/10 since last time I got disconnected. But here we go. Also, what I'm noticing is Markov has closed the gap with him and Lenzi. So Markov is going to attack Lenzi soon. As we have Lumbergumber sticking close. Somehow, Janice is pulling away and overtaking Dave for P3. Dave finding himself now in P4 once again, as it is Kesha who is really looking, really aggressively attacking with the switchback, has better exit speed. Lumbergumber now struggling to stay ahead. He is managing to do so, however, with DRS. Kesha, however, did have DRS as well. Lumbergumber trying to stay as close as possible to Dave. Right ahead. Lumbergumber will not be able to do it through this sector, as this sector is way too narrow. Kesha getting another 3-second penalty, now finding himself with 6 seconds of penalty. Here we go. Lumbergumber might have himself a battle on his hands to finally win a position instead of lose one. Oh, Dave hit a little pull right there. And here we will be coming up to the DRS straight. Kesha is now 7/10 behind. Jeroen with a 3-second penalty while he was going in the pits. Lenzi overtaking Markov. And it is Dave now winning back that position. No, he does not. Dave is staying behind, probably waiting for the second DRS zone, which is happening right here. Will Dave have the speed? He made half a second of a gap drop between him and Janice. Dave coming from afar. Won't be able to do so. We have one more lap to go after this. The final lap of the race, which it all comes down to between Janice, Dave, and Lumbergumber. Here we go. Here we will see the white flag being flagged. As we have Lenzi going across the finish line, announcing the final lap of the race. we still have this insane battle going on between Janice, Dave, and Lumbergumber, and somehow Kersha is still there, even though he has a 6-second penalty. We also have a battle going on between P1 and P2, between Lenzi and Markov, both V-Carbs, finding himself somehow in P1 and P2. However, Markov won't stay there. It is Janice and Dave who are within the 6 seconds almost. It really comes down to Dave sticking as close as possible to find himself on the podium. Lumbergumber sticking really close, as we can see that Dave is also doing the same. Will Dave have a good exit right here? Markov has surpassed Lenzi for the race lead in the last lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here, the US Racing League. Here comes Lumbergumber. Will he go around the outside of Dave? Yes, he does. He is trying to stick there. Will he have the better exit? It seems like Lumbergumber doesn't have the better exit. Dave is trying to stick there. Lumbergumber around the inside. Dave is forced to stick behind as Lumbergumber closes the door for Dave. Lumbergumber now finds himself in P4. Is he able to stay within the 6 seconds as Markov crosses the finish line with Lenzi right back behind? Janice, will he stay within the time? I do think so. And it is Lumbergumber finding himself P3 with Markov sadly dropping out of podium due to the 6-second penalty. Wow, that was really intense. Jeroen is slowly coming up to the racing line. Same for Jared, who is a lap behind. It was a really intense race for the entirety at the top of the field. But a bit further down, I think it was a rather simple and boring race, as we can see right here. Let's wait for Jordy and Reigns to go across the finish line. And that would call the end of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Real intense stuff at the very end. But here we go as Reigns, followed by Jordy, go across the finish line. There we go. Great stuff from everybody today. A lot of DNFs though, which I didn't really expect to begin with, but happy surprise. Jordy, driver of the day actually. Wow. Not something you see very often. But here we have podium ceremony. And indeed a lovely race, Lenzi. Indeed. You manifested it, my friend. You manifested it. Here we go, the final standings of the race. And something we don't see very often here. It's Lenzi winning the race, P1, with Janice and Lumbergumber to close off the top 3. Markov barely dropping out of the podium with P4 and Dave P5. Then we have Kersha, Jeroen, Reigns, Jordy, and Jared in the top 10 within the points. And then we have Vince, who's barely outside. LT Boss, AIE, Chris Martin, Thomas, Bicky, and Meadows sadly all got the DNFs. I don't know what happened today with EA. It is so weird with all the crashes, all the people getting disqualified, all people disconnecting. We had Thomas stuck for a solid 5 minutes on the same corner of the same track on the same qualifying. So weird. Like, this is not something that we see very often. But I hope to not see that very often because it just destroyed all the fun that we could basically have had in this race. But oh well, that was the race. That was Abu Dhabi right here at ERS Racing League. I hope you all had fun. It was a great race from everybody. I really enjoyed it, even though with all the rough patches. Because we've just had a battle that was ongoing for almost the entirety of the race. So, yeah. A lovely race. Great racing from everybody. I will be back next Tuesday with Tier 3 together with Jared. So definitely look forward to that. Thank you all so much for watching. My name was Pixel Thomas. And we'll catch you all later. Once again, if you ever feel like joining these races, join our Discord, which you can find on all of our socials, or ERS Racing.